Hello guys, this is Mr. Surplus Nut bringing a video on a question that I had regarding the K-31 Schmidt-Rubens, and it was in regards to the serial numbers on these rifles. If there's a rifle that you have and do the serial numbers are supposed to be on the rifle stock. If you have a matching rifle, like all the serials match to these rifles, okay, that will be your action, your receiver, your barrel, your magazine, your stock, your handguard. If you have a serial number, okay, that matches on all the parts of the rifle, you have a serial number matching rifles. I've heard of people saying, oh, you know, all serial numbers match, but then when they check the rifles really good, they find out that the cup or the end plate of the buttstock doesn't match. On these old rifles, you might have some parts that are really rusted where you might not see it, but for the most part it should be there. So I have here, for example, my two K-31 Schmidt-Rubens that I have. They are both matching numbers rifles as far as the serial numbers goes. One is the walnut stock K-31, which this one has the tiger stripes on the stock, and the other one on the bottom is a beechwood stock. They both have all serial numbers matching to each rifle, and I just wanted to bring this up just to let you know where to find these numbers on these rifles. There's gonna be a few areas where you're not gonna have the complete serial number. Why is that? Well, because maybe the part is very small and the whole serial numbers don't fit on there. Okay, the serial numbers on my K-31 that has the walnut stock is serial number 774466. Okay, they're gonna be a set of numbers of 6 digits. On the bottom one, the one that is has the beechwood stock, is serial number 195675. Okay, the serial numbers, again, if there's a part on the rifle where they were able to print that serial number, you're gonna have the full serial number. The main question that they gave me was, it was mainly on the stock of the rifle. Yes, you will have the serial number on the stock if it's the correct stock. If you have the correct stock for this rifle, you will have it. Now, be advised, there are some K-31s out there that you might not find it, or maybe somehow it ended up with the wrong handguard on it, which I really doubt it. I mean, these rifles, they're Swiss rifles, and the Swiss were very, very strict on when they would build a rifle to make sure the correct serial numbers will go on it. I don't think these rifles were not Arsenal refinished, or I mean, this country stayed neutral on the Second World War II, so their rifles were built at the factory. You know, supposedly they should have all matching parts to them, and they were issued to their soldiers, and they were allowed to take their guns home. So they really, Switzerland wasn't involved in the World War II conflict that we had. So I think that most K-31s should have at least the stock, and the handguard should have the matching numbers to the rest of the gun. Okay, now on these, on the stock, you're gonna have your serial number. On the main stock, you're gonna have it inside the stock right here where you would hold it, okay, underneath the barrel, right where the barrel comes out of the chamber, where the barrel starts, that screws into the action or the receiver. You're gonna have it down here, okay, down here you're gonna have the serial number, and right above that, inside the handguard, you're gonna have the serial number on that. So yes, on these rifles you should have your serial numbers inside the handguard and inside the stock of the actual rifle, and it should match the handguard if it's the correct handguard. Again, these rifles could have been built some way, you know, somehow down the line. Let's say for whatever reason the handguard broke or cracked or whatever, somehow it received a replacement. This could have been done at the you know, when they put them in crates, when they were shipped to this country as you know, surplus guns, and somehow it got repaired. I don't know where, or you know, at the time that they did it. But if you end up with a rifle that, let's say you checked your serial numbers inside your handguard and it doesn't match the serial numbers of your stock, okay, most likely that's what happened. Something must have happened to the handguard. It cracked, it got damaged or whatever, and somehow they managed to find another handguard to replace it. These rifles, they don't come with like 2 magazines. You're only gonna get the magazine that comes with the rifles, and you're gonna have the serial numbers to that rifle on the magazine. If I've tried to look for magazines just to have a spare, and I can tell you right now that if you end up buying a magazine, it's a magazine that came from another rifle, that somehow now that rifle's without a magazine, because they were not built with, like, you know, the main mag and 2 other spare mags that have the same serial number to match the rifle. They were only built with that 1 magazine, okay? And underneath here you're gonna see where it's got the serial number, and you're only gonna get 1 magazine with the rifle. So if you end up buying through a surplus dealer or distributor, I think Buy Mill Surplus had at one time some magazines, but obviously it must have come from another rifle, because there's no way you're gonna, you know, have that luck of ending up with a magazine from another K-31 that has your serial numbers, because each rifle individually received its own magazine and it had its particular serial numbers underneath. So that the only thing that you might encounter where you might not have a matching serial number on these type of rifles, it will be like I'm saying, on your handguard, that for whatever reason it cracked, it broke, they managed to make one or find one, or a rifle that got destroyed and they were able to salvage some of the parts, and somehow that rifle ended up with that handguard. Okay, we're gonna come back and finish up this video in a little bit.